Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reacts, where today we have ourselves a track from an act named AvertedVision69 titled Shadow of the Prince. And if we switch over to here, we have ourselves a track on the screen on YouTube. Now this is a tribute, as I understand it, a tribute to the Prince of Darkness, Rest in Power, Ozzy. The song is a heartfelt farewell to a legend, a tribute to the one and only Ozzy Osbourne, inspired by the emotion and spirit of Mama, I'm Coming Home. This ballad reflects on love, loss, and a long road back to the people we hold dear. It's a beautiful sentiment. I look forward to listening through this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's do it. Let's go. What do we got? Guitar arpeggios. Nice.
He walked the line of thunder with madness in his eyes. A soul born
Interesting.
for the fire
Triad there.
beneath the midnight skies. From Sabbath's holy darkness to solemn lights that burn.
I like that vocal fry and the vocals there as well. It's very good.
This chaos and never once returned.
Great build there. Fantastic. I love the build of the guitars coming in that pre-chorus part. It's fantastic, and the way the vocals rise with it is sincerely really well done.
Now the state is cold, the lights fade low, but the echoes of your scream still roll. You were the storm, the scream, the sin, the prince of darkness born to win. And though you've gone, your shadow stays, rocking in the Milky Way. Rest your crown, wild soul, so brave. You sang the night into the grave. Bats and doves and blood and fame, you danced inside the flame. A madman and a poet with no shame to his name. You bled for every chorus, you roared with every line. The road behind you glitters with the dust of shattered time.
Great lead going into it.
Knows your song, the place where freaks and kings belong. Now the stage is cold,
Great extension of that previous part at the end.
but the echoes of your scream still roll. You were the storm, the scream, the sin, the prince of darkness born to win. And though you've gone, your shadow stays, rocking in the Milky Way. Rest your crown, wild soul, so brave. You sang the night into the grave. Sharon cries, the moonlight fades,
Oh,
but still your voice breaks through the haze.
phenomenal coloration and the harmony as a whole.
Thousand fists still rise for you, the god of misfit, loud and
Interesting use of development of those harmonized guitars. Nice.
now the angels play
And triple.
overdrive. Your blackened wings will always fly. You were the scream inside the void, the man the system couldn't destroy. And in the dark where legends lay, you still held the pain away. Good night, Ozzy.
I'm actually really impressed with this one, eh?
I'm not going away.
That was actually phenomenal. I'm really pleased with this track. It's really well done, and we're going to talk about it more in the conclusion. And so welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an act named AvertedVision69 titled Shadow of the Prince. Now, I didn't mention this earlier, but I've actually given the score an overall score of 8 out of 10. And this is not by any means a low effort. This is a very, very solid piece. I'm really impressed with a lot of what's going on here within this, genuinely. It's not just that I have strong feelings about the fact that Ozzy Osbourne has passed away, and it's a beautiful tribute to him, but I also think sincerely that this is just a really track that's just really well done. A lot of the key fundamental aspects have been adhered to in a way that is just really impressive. So I want to sort of talk about first of all what this track is about, because I think this song is effectively about Ozzy Osbourne, his history, what he gave to the music industry within the genre and everything like that, his journey with his music, his own sort of like sense of identity, the way he built stuff up with Sabbath and his own career and the trials and tribulations he went through, and the way that he is still rocking in the Milky Way. It's a beautiful tribute. The lyrics are pretty. I like the way that they're sung by the vocalist here. I think that it's a solid performance, and there's fry in parts, and we raise ourselves up really neatly in other bits in a way that's quite emotive, but it's the range of expression that we have as well there. It's a track where there are moments where you feel it would be appropriate to sort of bring things down a little bit, and they do that, and that's not something you always take for granted or you get within a piece. Sometimes people, or just in general, things aren't as attentive to what is required. We sometimes just skip the parts where we need to show a little bit more sort of vulnerability and lower ourselves a little bit in our intensity to sort of suit the subject matter that we're discussing there. It's just a beautiful thing, like with the Goodnight Ozzy Rest Your Rage part near the end there. It's just knowing we can belt and sort of be heard over whatever is occurring with the instrumental parts there and the choruses and everything else, but it's also allowing ourselves to be a bit more, so you know what I mean. It's great to have that diversity within the performance there, as well as the color within the various parts of the track there to sort of score ourselves and tell the story really neatly. I think, and as well, that the track is structured really neatly. So there are various sort of like verses and choruses and pre-choruses and everything like that. We have little sort of like solo sections, but we don't just take for granted that one solo section will be enough. We have various sort of like guitar leady bits there. We are allowed to be able to appreciate the different guitar, bass, and drum bits. Are very sort of like distorted and like sort of like picked guitar parts, arpeggios, and interesting sort of like unusual kind of like dominant seventh triads in certain parts there. Going into distortion with the pre-chorus, they're building things up and sort of just kind of like crescendoing from there. It's stuff that works well and is kind of formulaic, but the way that it's done is adhering to the fundamentals whilst also not taking for granted the attention of the listener through the interesting sort of through the variety of different chord progressions and bass lines, through the layering of elements and how things sort of like develop through the piece there, by the way we alter things as we go through, with a mixture of different like piano parts as well. And there are these really beautiful guitar like lead harmonies that we have in certain parts, which just like sort of like fly across it. And it's just a very sort of gorgeous sounding song, not just in terms of how things are spaced through the frequency spectrum, the various sort of octave ranges and across the different instrumental layers, but it's also just the actual quality of the intervals themselves, the way things harmonize there, the tone and how the chords sound. It's just, there's a beauty within it. It's a minor oriented track there, but there's a sense of glory in as well between how things are interspersed. And I can kind of hear the influences of songs of Mama I'm Coming Home in certain parts, such as in the bridge there, with the way the guitars turn, but it's not done the way where it is derivative. It's like their own take on that specific style of chord progression and lead line, and the way things sort of call and respond between the vocals and guitar parts there. It's done the way where I think stylistically it's a tribute to some of their bigger songs, but it also doesn't try to overshadow Ozzy Osbourne or take from them. So ultimately, whether it is the way the guitars are arpeggiated with the minor sort of like triadal elements there, with the distorted guitars, power chord elements, and sort of lead guitar harmonies or bluesy influences with the solo sections, whether it's the sort of more sort of 80s oriented sort of drum tones with the reverb tails and the snares and kicks and the cymbal shimmers, whether it is the quality of the vocal performance and how vibrant it is, it's simply, I think it's a combination of the way the song is structured, the way that things are handled with the actual variety of different instrumental performances and the various sort of chord progressions and harmonies alongside that, as well as the vocals overall, which sell this piece. I think finally, I just want to say that I think that it's nice to just have such a lovely sort of like story with the lyrics told for Ozzy. I feel like there's a line in here where it said, "The man the system couldn't destroy," and I think that's true. A lot of people did try to hold Ozzy down. I think sometimes even Ozzy was his own worst enemy. But at the end of the day, I think that the gig that they did most recently before he passed away earned like $190 million for charity or something like that, which is an incredible effort. And I love that he was a part of that. And I love that his music has inspired so many different musicians to be able to do what they can with music. And I just think it's a beautiful tribute. The heart's in the right place. So thank you for watching my review of this track from an act named AvertedVision69, titled Shadow of the Prince, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show them some love via their various social medias and YouTube page, and stay cool, stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as I need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spider Hands out.